All right, 600 plus hours of dreaming Spanish and other various forms of comprehensible input. I don't really have too much different to say. I really wanted to hurry up and make this. I've been at 600 hours for like 3 days, so I already knew if I didn't make it now, I'm gonna look up, it's gonna be 650 hours. So I'm like, okay, let me hurry this up. Quick breakdown. I don't translate. I think I said it in the last video, but it was more of a struggle not to translate at 400 something hours, 400 hours, I think it was that. And now 200 hours later, it's not a struggle at all. Actually, only there's a word that I really want to know that I might have missed, that I just don't know. I might think about it longer than I should, but realistically, I don't translate at all. I just let it flow at this point, and that has been the biggest, change in the last, I would say, since 580. Since 580, I started noticing that was happening. And I'm running through these hours very quickly, so 580 is like 3 days. You already had 600 the next couple of days. So I'm also, I decided to take more well, let me go back. Mental health day, or rather allowing myself to take a break. That was important. There was one day in particular that I did no Spanish at all. I just did the 1 minute just so I didn't lose my streak, but I didn't know Spanish. And I think that was the best thing for me. I was kind of having a little mental lapse. I was losing it. Everything around me was I was emotionally becoming unstable, I think. And that's only because I think it's just a lot of stress on my mind. Again, I'm working full time as well, so I'm doing things at the same time. And it was stressing me out a little bit. But that one day was a great reset. I jumped right back into it again. Not every day I hit 6 hours. I allowed myself some days at 4 hours, 4.5, 5.5. But to compensate, so I had a couple 10-hour days. I had a couple 10-hour days, some 8-hour days, some 7-hour days. So it all evened out. In fact, I actually finished 2 days earlier than I should have if I would have kept my 6-day period. So that just goes to show you how much more I was overcompensating, especially if I didn't hit all of my days like I might have, all my 6 hours per day. So there's a lot of spots, a lot of light yellows on my my calendar, but who cares, bro? Honestly, it doesn't really matter. Spanish content I'm watching, or is now available. I've been watching for a while, but it's now more accessible. Dubs, of course. I'm still not really. I watch native shows. I do about 50 minutes a day for native shows. It's still not very accessible, but I do it anyway, just so I want to see, maybe it'll speed something up, maybe it won't. I am, for some weird reason, before I wasn't really into dreaming Spanish, the actual content, I just couldn't do it. I think it was just because it was so slow, and that wasn't keeping my attention. But now that I'm on advanced videos, I actually try to do about an hour a day now, and that's huge. Hour and a half a day, because that's huge for me, because before I was doing maybe, so there was weeks I didn't even watch dreaming Spanish, so I can't even I wasn't watching it at all. After the first couple hundred hours I started really watching it. I only have maybe 180 hours of dreaming Spanish out of the 600 I got. Everything else is from other places. Podcasts, I got like 200 some hours from podcasts, 200 something hours from TV shows, etc. So most of my input has been from other places. But going back to dreaming Spanish, the videos are good. It's informative. Speaking, I don't really expect to speak right now. More phrases and more thoughts are coming in my head, so when I think it, I speak it. I'm not really worried about my accent. My accent is the least of my worries, honestly. No te preocupes. That's how I was gonna tell myself. No te preocupes. Pero, so I'll speak if I have to. I have to in my job sometimes, so honestly, it just is what it is. Obviously, it's not natural. I have to think about it. So obviously I'm not thinking in Spanish yet. I'm thinking in English and then translating into Spanish. But I think that was due to the fact that I was always translating these harder videos. So now that I'm just allowing it to flow, I hope within the next 250 hours, that will be able to I'll be able to start thinking more in Spanish. So that's my goal. Again, 600 hours, we'll see. 400 to 550 was very difficult for me. It was very difficult. Dreaded intermediate level was very difficult, and I'm sure it's still not the best, but at this point, this is month 3 now. This is part of my life. This is part of my everyday life. I'm listening to a lot of content regardless. I'm watching shows that I enjoy regardless. Dragon Ball Z, I'm watching Love is War, anime, I'm watching, you know, Tokyo Ghoul, Naruto, Shippuden, Naruto. So I'm watching shows that I enjoy anyway, regardless. It's still in Spanish, so I'm like, it's not like a stress for me anymore. But I do intend to keep this pace up. I want to get, you know, at least 1,000 hours up in January. January 4th is what I'm targeted for, to get 1,000 hours. I'll probably get that faster, honestly. More than likely I'll get it faster. But, you know, I'll see how I go from there. I'm reading books now, or I've been reading, but no more reading, more audiobooks. Trying to get that, you know, increase that as well. And I'll hit you guys back up in maybe 750, 800. I might keep this 200 hour thing going. That's probably once a month. So once a month I hit y'all up. I'll be at 800 at the end of November. So, you know, we'll see where I'm at then. Peace.